Congratulations to Jimmie Johnson from NASCAR Banking, only from Bank of America, on his third chase win and 6th overall here at Lowe's Motor Speedway. The domination continues, and that's okay. Go ahead and burn out those tires, Jimmie. They'll make more.
That's a cool burnout.
Yeah, that was a really good burnout. Looked really good, but you also looked pretty good crossing the start-finish line at the end. What an amazing victory for your team. But, you know, quite frankly, Jimmie, we're all out of questions to ask you. We see you so much in victory lane. Is there anything you wanted to ask us?
No, first of all, thank you. I'm glad to be here. I didn't think that we were going to end up winning the race tonight. I thought it was the 9 cars race. And then some stuff happened at the end with the restarts. We got some tires and a good adjustment, and off we went. So I just can't believe it. I'm as tripped out on this whole thing as you guys.
You know, Jimmie, one thing that, and this is, I think, was late in the race. This was racing with your teammate, and I think you decided to just take a step back for a second here.
I had to. I about threw it away right there, so I figured I should kind of chill out. I was hoping that Jeff would get tight because it kind of looked that way from the runs before. And I just fell in behind him, tried to protect where I was at with the 9 car and the 17 right there. And then I felt like I could run around the top, and I put together 2 good corners. And Jeff then moved up, and then I went down into 1 and 2 and let off early and jumped in the gas earlier than I have all night long, just hoping I could run through the center faster than he would and kind of do a slide job on him, and it worked out.
Jimmie, early and halfway through the race, I seen you make some championship moves. You look in your mirror, you see Denny Hamlin coming, you pull over. Then later on, you see the 9 car, Casey Kane coming, you pull over. What's going through your mind at that point in the race to pull over and let them go?
You know, there's just different guys on the track that you race with. When it comes down to the last pit stop or 2, nobody's going to give you a lane and let you go. But there are other guys that you work with week in and week out. And Denny's that way, the 9 car's that way, the 17 car's that way. And it helps when you're running the top 3 or 4. If you're 15th, nobody's going to give you that break. But in the top 5, guys kind of work with you.
Hey, Jimmie, we know in the history of racing, no one's ever gotten a check for hot laps in practice. You do get a slight check for starting on the pole when you get the first pit box. But when you guys come to a racetrack and are that dominant from start to finish, it's got to help you mentally.
It does. It's nice that we didn't let it slip through our fingers. Through really, a large part of the race, the middle of the race, we weren't the best car. So I'm just happy that we kept our eyes on what we needed to do. Stay focused and made the right adjustments and was good at the end. So this team never ceases to amaze me, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. And I'm happy to drive for Hendrick Motorsports, have that great power under the hood and those great race cars.
Now, I'm sorry that I have to be the first one to tell you that you have a nice points lead now. Are you aware of that? 90 points already.
I thought it would be good, so. I saw the 42 have troubles, and then I didn't see the 5 much all night.
And are you worried now that you're going to go to your very best track next week with this point lead at Martinsville? You shall win again, and then it's just going to get better and better from here out.
I would love for it to go that way. I'm not sure it will. That track is really good for the 11, for the 24, for the 14. So we'll have our hands full, but I love the position we're in, and we'll just see. It would be awesome from my standpoint to go there and do it again, but just because we run well this week and last week, it does not mean that we're going to go to Martinsville and run well. It's such a different racetrack and a whole different race weekend.
You know, Jimmie, you mentioned you were off just a little bit in the middle of the race, and actually it was a little before halfway. Something that didn't happen often tonight. You got passed a couple of times.
What?
Was our buddy Chad starting to question? Were you giving him 100% there for a minute? Did he tell you needed to step it up a little bit?
We know each other so well. I could tell in his voice that, first he's patient, and then things weren't really working out. And then his voice changed, and he got a little desperate. And I asked him, well, what do you want me to do? And he said, well, go faster. And I said, look, if you don't stop, I'm going to pull down pit road and strangle you for the hell of it.
I think your exact word was, ain't happening right now.
Yeah, I guess after that, I threatened to come down pit road and strangle him. And it took probably 3 or 4 pit stops for him to come back around and sound right on the radio again.
You know, you guys do have such a special relationship, Jimmie. And I guess the biggest thing that impresses me about you guys is you never really panic. No matter when things are going bad, it just seems like you almost just stick to that game plan and put blinders on.
We try to. There are times I was panicking tonight. I know that Chad was as well because the car wasn't where it needed to be. But I think we've surrounded ourselves with people we trust and believe in. And when we're in the heat of the moment, we trust each other and we can make good decisions. We're certainly panicked. There's certainly times that happen a lot that are like that, but we seem to make the right decisions at the right times. And I don't know why we do or how we do it, but I really have to give it give the credit to the people that we surround ourselves with.
Did you finally meet your right rear tire changer?
That was last week.
I did again.
So you brought him here again.
He's 2 for 2.
They got to get him a suit, though, with his name on the back. Jimmie, congratulations. Another great job. Keep up the good work. That's 3 wins in the chase so far for Jimmie Johnson out of 5 races. It's going to be hard to stop this team. And you know what? Jimmie had a special trophy presenter, and Kenny Wallace is going to tell us a little bit more about that.
There she is, Jessica Garman. She had a Bank of America credit card. She took her points that she won with her credit card, and she earned the right to hand Jimmie Johnson the trophy tonight. Congratulations, Jessica.
And you can put it in the bank that Jimmie Johnson's going to run good here. We'll be back in a minute.